What's up? I'm Don Chenz. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my music interview podcast, Don Chenz Makes Friends. You're about to watch my exclusive interview with up-and-coming Philly artist, FirstNameDane.
Blowing medicinal back at the land. It's villain from Jersey, I'm not playing fair. I put that woo on your track like a flare. My feature movie, your verse was a glare. Chatting with Gabby, she like with the album. I'm putting you on, nigga. Sleep off a volume. Then put out the music, we'll handle the market. Aiming for stores, let me give you a target. She driving a bargain, ready to drop it. I'm loading the clips and I'm ready to take it all safety like Tasha, we do it. He loaded the tools, looked at me and said, screw it. Guessing we back. Yeah, I'm feeling relaxed. Yeah, it's a pre, not a black. Whoa, they want me to react. Yeah, whoa.
Make sure you drop a like and hit subscribe for more interviews just like this one, as well as other music content on my YouTube channel. And now let's get into my interview with FirstNameDane. What is up, everyone? You are tuned in to Don Chenz Makes Friends. I am your host, Don Chenz, and I am here with, this is funny, I keep saying this is Don Chenz Makes Friends, but so far, all current friends have been interviewed so far. So here's another current friend of mine, FirstNameDane.
First name. What's up, man?
His first name is Dane.
It sure is.
In real life. How'd you settle on that name? What else was in the running?
I think on SoundCloud, when I first got on there, I think I was on there under my name, Dane. And
Nah, that doesn't hit right.
Nah, it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit. So eventually, I don't even remember when I switched, but I made the switch to FirstNameDane, and we've been putting up the one ever since.
It's first name.
Yeah.
You're also the first person in my new studio. Shouts out to my amazing girlfriend, Brenna, for getting me this sign for my birthday. What a great birthday present.
You did good.
She did good.
This sign is fire.
Yes. Yeah. So it's a work in progress, this studio. This is a new studio, but you are the first esteemed guest in the new studio.
I'm honored.
You have a girl, right?
I do.
Weren't you just on a trip?
Yeah, me and Gigi, we were out in Morocco and Lisbon, Portugal.
Ooh, how was that? I actually almost went to Lisbon pretty recently and then it didn't work out. Yeah. So
really,
pitch me on it.
Yeah. Well, you can always go back. I remember I had a trip to Thailand, but COVID happened. Little thing called COVID.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
If you remember that, and that shut me down. But man, Lisbon was cool. We wanted to get on a trip. We were there for a couple days, and then we skipped the pond, went over to Morocco. Morocco was dope. A lot of people actually kept coming up to me, or not coming up to me, but we would see people and they'd be like, "You Moroccan?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm American."
Are you sure you're not? Do you have any in the DNA?
Well, honestly, while we were there, my girl was like, they asked a few times.
You have to be.
Where it was like, you might be. So we gotta. I think she went on Ancestry.com. We didn't finish it yet, but when we find out,
You did the DNA test?
yeah.
I'm scared to do that.
Well, no, not the DNA. It was just like,
Family tree?
yeah, family tree.
Gotcha.
Family tree,
Have you done the DNA test? Never?
Nah.
Dude, I'm scared to do it for two reasons. A, giving out my DNA.
Right.
They're going to frame me for a crime or something crazy is going to happen. I'm a
Some
conspiracy
sort of
theorist.
sci-fi
Right?
movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
That A. B, more so for me, is that I say I'm 100% Italian. I don't want to do that and find out that I'm not. That will
Right.
like crush me because that's a lot of my personality is being Italian. So like I could have something else cool, which I might like. But I do like the idea of being like, I'm 100% of whatever it is.
Right.
Being 100% of anything is cool because it's not that common. So I want to just keep riding with that. So I refuse to get a DNA test.
Yeah, I wouldn't get it then if you want to stay 100%.
Yeah.
I think we all got a little bit of something. Something
I
extra.
definitely have something else. I could have something cool.
Yeah.
So like I am taking a risk by not doing it in a way.
Yeah, I mean, you could be from Africa. A little bit of Africa.
Italy is close.
Yeah.
Italy is close.
You never know.
And my family's from Southern Italy, which is even closer.
Hey.
Where else what's your favorite place you've traveled?
I want to. It's weird because I'd rather say, because I've been to Africa twice now. I was in Cameroon in 2015, around the time where Joel Embiid got drafted, and I'm a
That's
Sixers
probably
fan.
sick. I was gonna say you were almost in Morocco when they beat Spain in the World Cup. That would have been a cool time to be there.
I think I'm a.
You're good luck.
Good luck. The Prince of Morocco went home, and they got a little luck. But Paris, man, Paris was different. I remember I was only there for a few days. We went there on the way back from Cameroon because that's where our layover was, and Paris is just so dope. Like, and it's very similar to Lisbon, but I don't know. It just seems a little more calmer.
Really, I've heard Paris is more touristy than people would like. That's what I've heard people either say they love it. It's like everyone either says their favorite place or they say it was too touristy, and they'll give some other places in France.
Yeah,
but I'd probably say 75% of people that go there say it's their favorite place in Europe.
Yeah, I think being from here and like being around the touristy stuff, like say like Times Square, obviously probably one of the biggest tourist attractions in the country. Like I roll my eyes. I'm like, why do you even want to be here? This shit is corny. Like,
right. And then we do the same thing everywhere.
Right. And then, but when I get over there, I'm like, show me the shit.
Yeah.
Like,
where's the Eiffel Tower?
Eiffel Tower. I'm gonna go take off the flight straight to the Eiffel Tower. Like I get it. Like, but when you have, it's the Eiffel Tower. So you have one of the craziest monuments in all of the world. Of course, it's gonna be touristy out there. Like,
is the Eiffel Tower tall?
It's not as tall as I thought.
Dude, so this is like random. I saw this random. I was telling my girlfriend about this and I showed her the video. There was this random video I saw. It was kind of like an animated way to show like the biggest statues in the world.
I saw the same thing.
Dude.
I love that video.
All the fucking like, they're all Buddhist statues that are like, if at some point you get to the Statue of Liberty and you're like, okay, now I have a reference point of how big the Statue of Liberty is. Statue of Liberty was one of the first things. Yeah. It kept going up and up and up. And there's ones in India and all these East Asian countries that are enormous.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even imagine it.
Yeah. The one drawn in India is like 10 Statue of Liberties. It's like insane how they built that.
And it keeps getting like, it'll get like bigger. And then all of a sudden the last one just doubles.
Yeah.
One that's probably triple the Statue of Liberty. It's crazy. And how they make it look so detailed. Yeah. I saw that not too long ago and that blew my fucking mind. I haven't heard of half of those statues either.
Right. Yeah. I didn't realize we had that many statues at all.
Yeah.
There was like a similar video that showed you like the depth of the ocean. Like,
that's probably crazy.
Yeah, in comparison.
I almost like don't want to know that. That's like scary.
It's very scary.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Where do you want to travel? What's on the list next?
Still want to redo my Thailand trip. And probably, stick in that region. Really, I've been trying to go to Tokyo forever.
Tokyo would be cool.
I think Tokyo is very, very much up my alley, very much in line with my aesthetic artistically and whatnot. Mm-hmm. One weird thing though, I've never really been like pressed to go to South America. Nothing against South Americans.
I really want to go to Peru and see Machu Picchu. That's like a big one. I actually almost, talking about another trip I almost did. A bunch of my friends went to Argentina and it just was an expensive trip and wasn't in the budget for your boy. But I wanted to go there too. So I almost went to Argentina, didn't. But if I had my choice to go somewhere in South America, I'd like to do Machu Picchu. Maybe do some ayahuasca or something. Yeah. Go discover myself.
Yeah.
Have an ego death sort of thing. That'd be cool.
I could use one of those. That'd be fire.
We all probably could.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we were also talking about, this is a weird transition. Right before we started recording, you said this setup made you feel like we were about to do hot ones.
Yeah.
What other, and I said, I feel like weirdly, Hot Ones, if you don't know, it's the complex show. They eat hot wings and just interview people. I feel like that's almost like a show where it's like you made it kind of show. What other show? Do you have any things that you look at where you're like, what, like that will be the sign that I made it? Like I was on. I have one more in my head that I feel like is an easy one.
Well, is it cheating if I say like any of the late shows?
No, not at all. Just like whatever you. I think it's interesting to see like what people, because it's funny for me. Like when you really think about it, to say Hot Ones, you're like, okay, an online, like essentially like, it's like we say media outlets, kind of like a blogs, YouTube show. It's like, you made it. It's like kind of interesting. But then some people still think the late shows.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, especially like, because I've used to watch Jimmy Fallon, David Letterman, obviously he's off air now, but you know, I used to watch those guys just being, especially in college, just being up late. That was like not late to me, like 11:30, 12, like just like whatever, I'll watch. And it's crazy because like I think I really got interested specifically in the performances for the artists when Tyler was on the Jimmy Fallon. I know that's your guy.
Yes.
When he was on Jimmy Fallon in the early days, like when they were still like.
That was a classic video where they're like wearing the ski mask, running around screaming, and then they jump on Jimmy Fallon's back at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. I think people don't realize like that a lot of like bubbling artists are still doing that. Like they're not technically broken yet, but you know, they've got they made it to the late shows, so they got a decent following. So I think you know, that kind of is still like a bucket list thing.
Yeah, performing on a late show would be. It's also like, I don't know, this is kind of off topic, not really, but talking about like live performances that people are doing, like that's definitely like a you made it kind of one. But then something I've been seeing a lot recently that I feel like more bigger artists are doing now, but doing the kind of NBA halftime performances, they always sound like shit.
They
and
always
I don't get why people do it. Like there was like Fabio did one, like Fabio Foreign did one, and he was getting clowned because it sounded bad.
Yeah.
There's like two others I saw recently where every time someone does it, the audio is all out of sync. Like so it's something with the way they're not hearing themselves right, and it sounds terrible. And I feel like people keep doing it, and I don't get why.
Yeah, I don't understand either. I guess you get that opportunity, you don't want to be the idiot that turns it down.
Yeah, but you don't want to get clowned. I'd be so scared of getting clowned. Now that I've seen happen to other people, I'd be like, hell no. But just like, I don't get why they can't figure it out because like other people, I don't know. It's just something
my guess is that
recently.
they don't get, I'm guessing they either don't get their sound team involved or they aren't allowed to, I guess.
Know.
Like, because I mean, if I'm doing a show, regardless, you know, I need to have my live show set up. If it's crew, if it's equipment, I need all that. And I'm not going to, you know, go on and give a show that's not my show.
Yeah, you like performing live? I've seen a few of them.
Love it. I love it. I think that's my favorite part of making music, really, is, you know, being able to perform the stuff we made.
What's your favorite song to perform?
Rem for sure.
I actually think you might have put, now that I think about it, you might have posted that once.
Yeah, Rem is my favorite for sure because it has that cool like build up into the big drop and then boom, we're in there and it's like very high energy.
I've actually noticed, I feel like you're more, I will go deeper into it, but I feel like more of your current music, when I listen to it, like the songs you put out this year, it almost sounds like you're making it with in mind, thinking of how it's going to sound live.
Yeah.
Like that, like, I don't know, that just to me as a listener, that's how a lot of your like more recent music sounds to me like, you're making this for the live performance. Right. Is that what you think about when you're making a song a lot of times?
Yeah, for sure. But it's also a gift and a curse because, you know, sometimes I'm giving too much energy to a song that needs to be a little more plateaued and a little more tame, you know, because not every message should come across, you know, high energy. I don't think, and you know, to be honest, like me, like I'm a pretty mellow dude. So like, I want those types of songs to be a little more sporadic. Like I could do this and I'm here, but we're typically in this register. Like I think with a lot of the tracks I've been making lately, aside from the high energy, I'm trying to reel it back in and, you know, give people, I guess, more of a authentic me, if that makes sense.
How do you approach doing that? Like, what do you need to do to give that to the audience, to the fans?
It's a good question because we're sort of figuring that out as we go, you know. I want to say I know exactly my sound, but I think being an artist, you always want to explore multiple things, and it's sort of reeling that all in and being like, okay, this is where I am. This is the pocket I should be in. And moving forward, this is where I want to be. So just figuring that out and, you know,
So I feel like you're talking about more the sound almost than the content.
For sure.
So that's how like you're like the production first versus the content of the lyrics, let's say.
Yeah. The content, like I obviously harp on as well, but I think sonically I've been trying to craft something that's me and something that I can just be without trying to, have to turn something on,
Yeah. I feel that. It's also like, if you really think about it, most people aren't listening to the lyrics of anything.
Which is crazy. Like,
ever.
It's...
Even people who think they are, they're really not.
Yeah.
Genius exists for a reason.
And on my way over here, I was listening to music and even like listening to some songs. Like, I was listening to Lovers and Friends, which is a weird song. I mean, to be randomly listening
Listen
to.
to On Your Way to See Me.
But hey, it's a hit. Yeah. Lovers and Friends.
You're excited.
I'm certainly a friend.
That's true.
All right.
That's true.
Certainly a friend.
It does fit.
But I was like off a couple words. I felt like LeBron, where they get him and he's always off. But yeah, it's somewhere. Not every word's going to connect, and I think a lot of artists hang on to every word. And I think you need to be a little more loose, and you can be a little more loose now. The listeners are allowing you to be a lot of loose. I think if you think about it, look at a lot of the artists there's artists that I love, like Thug. I love Thug.
Can't say what he's saying half the time.
You can't understand, or he might not even be saying anything, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's sonically, that shit is like a hit.
My favorite story about, I ever tell you the story about Young Thug I read, it's one of Gucci Mane's books. It's like, Young Thug hadn't blown up yet, but he had been making music around Gucci Mane. And this is why I say Gucci Mane is the best A&R who ever lived. So he says he was listening to Young Thug. He did a song. You ever hear Two Cups?
Nah.
I think it's called. Dude. So he said, he was like, I was in the studio. Thug recorded the song Two Cups. And as soon as I heard that song, I knew he was going to be a star. Like that was it. Like that was like an aha moment. So I'm reading that. I go, okay, I never heard that song. Let me read it. Bro, that song sucks. That song is so bad. And it's like comically bad.
Right.
It's so bad. And I was like, you have to have such an eye for talent to see that.
Yeah.
Or just get lucky. But he did it. Gucci Mane did it too many times that I don't think he got lucky.
Right.
I think he just has an eye and an ear for it. But that is always one of my favorite stories because it's just like, oh, this must be the hardest song ever. The song is not. It is so like bad. He's just saying nonsense. Like the chorus is literally, I might have said it when I talked to someone else recently on mic. He goes, it's just like the chorus. He's just going, 2 cups stuff, uno, dos cups stuff. He just does that when he gets to the first verse. He goes, Leaning. Like that's literally how the song starts. And Gucci was like, dude, that's it.
Gucci was like, he can spell.
Yeah.
He's fucking in.
Yeah, dude, this is my guy. Yeah, but he was right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's one of the most, and Young Thug is probably one of the most impactful hip hop artists of the last decade.
Yeah.
You can definitely make an argument for him. And that's how he figured it out.
For sure.
So talk about being loose with the lyrics.
Yeah. Free Thug and YSL.
Yeah. I am a big fan of FirstNameDane. We'll get to he knows what my favorite song is and we'll work our way back to that. But talk about the more current songs. So I was listening to some of your more current music. And I saw that, where's the one? Oh, on Rem, you said you had 2 things on the cover. So you did like a series of ones. You kind of made it like a magazine cover.
Yeah.
For like a series of them.
Yeah.
So I noticed on one of them, you talked about, for Rem, you talked about lucid dreaming, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask you lucid dream, but I also saw quickly that you said you think our Chelsea boots lame. Our Chelsea boots lame. We need to have a conversation about this.
I was trying, while you were saying that, I was like, he's definitely going to bring up the Chelsea boots.
Yeah, that definitely spawned from something. So I wanted to ask you why, like, what made you put that? Are Chelsea boots? And I don't know, are they? Do I need to stop wearing them?
Yeah. So on the covers of, so we do this Waves of Water series here and there, where it's like 4 singles we drop. And I hit up Rami, one of our mutual friends.
Rami also, I don't know if you know this, Linden Ave is the sponsor of the show that we're on.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So shouts out to Rami.
I should have worn my Linden Ave shirt.
Yeah, so I'm not wearing any Linden Ave shit either, but.
I got you next time, G. We did the concept of magazine covers for the artwork, and I came up with little short blurbs for like mock headlines.
Right.
And on Rem, or I don't know which one it was, but I said, "Are Chelsea boots lame?" Like, because I mean, fat, like that's like a headline you might see on a fashion magazine, and I don't necessarily think they're lame. Listen, I got a pair that I have a pair of chunky Chelsea boots in my car that I was gonna wear, but I think they are a little played out now. A little bit. I don't know yet. But I think they caught a wave when everyone saw Kanye wearing them, right?
Kanye tends to be the first guy to do shit in fashion a lot of times.
So everyone saw Kanye wearing them, and then everyone bought them, no matter if they look good or not. Because there's some good-looking Chelsea boots, and then there's some really...
My thing is, I don't think guys have good footwear options.
I'm on the loafers. That's where I'm at. I like loafers now.
I like loafers too, but I feel like they're it's hard to pull off because sometimes they look too dressy almost. It's hard to like you got to have a certain amount of style to dress them down.
You got to have the right leather. I think
maybe.
And there's always Doc Martens.
I was gonna say Docs are like probably the only one I could think of where you got a little more versatility there.
Yeah.
I mean, my guy, we're talking about Tyler. He wears loafers all the time.
Loafers,
that's his probably footwear of choice, but. I don't see loafers too much. I feel like only like very fashionable dudes are wearing loafers.
Yeah. I got a pair of loafers, so thank you.
So there you go.
And also, I don't know. I think Chelsea boots look better with slimmer fit pants. And I think
definitely.
Baggy's coming back. I think Baggy's coming back.
I think Baggy's coming back and I wear Baggy, but I almost think we're going to have like both. I feel like both have been coexisting for a while now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people just aren't wearing like skinny anymore. But I don't know. But I haven't seen the like tighter fit go away yet. But I feel like Baggy's been around for a little bit now.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird, man. Like we'll be in like these eras of fashion and we'll be like, what's next? And then we'll be in the what's next and not really be noticing
not even realize that it happened. Yeah.
And then be like, wow, that was funny that we were wearing fucking.
I think like tops are baggier now.
Oh,
that
sure.
I think is like now everyone's wearing like boxy shirts and like
the heavyweight t-shirt.
Yeah. That's like, I think has been a big shift, which I guess usually then you're not going to wear like tight ass. But you know what I noticed is like a fashion thing now. It's like the big baggy tops and then short shorts. Like
I
that's
do that.
a look. Yeah.
I do that.
That's like the style.
You gotta have the legs to do that though. And I've been working leg day, so I'm trying.
My problem is I have the legs physically, like if we're talking muscle, I got it. But the hair I also got, which is too much. I'm too hairy.
Yeah.
It's tough to pull off.
People ask if I shave. I don't shave my legs, but I'm just naturally not a
That's nice.
hairy person.
I get envious of people that don't have a lot of body hair.
Yeah.
It's cool, but having too much is a pain in the ass.
Don't be too envious. We get cold in the winter.
It's just added maintenance. Like I don't feel like having to deal. Like I don't mind having chest hair, but eventually it looks ridiculous. I'm like, now I got to shave it. If you don't have to deal with that, it's like just one less thing to have to deal with.
Yeah,
it's nice. But having a beard is nice. I like having the full beard. So I don't know if I would trade that.
You don't have to show out on me.
Especially because my hair is going, so I'm like, thank God I have the beard, because if my hair went and I didn't have the beard, then I'd be more worried. But
dude, I always said like if I had a full beard, I'd probably just go bald.
I think black guys look better bald though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, like I was thinking that because
is that the Michael Jordan effect?
I don't know, but because I've been wrestling with the fact, like trying to accept that like I'm going bald, like it's happening, so it's just a matter of when I'm gonna have to give up. And I've been like I'm hiding it like pretty well. Like it's not going well up there. So I'm like I always like now I'm like judging people like, can I look like that? And I'm like, dude, black guys just look better when they're bald. And like white guys, it's like 50-50. Like you could look like a dork or you could look good. But like I feel like black dudes you could just go bald as a look.
I think like any white guy that just has a beard and shaves his head immediately looks like a hipster. Like
you could look hipster, but you could also look like Nazi-ish, or you could look like too meaty, like too much of like trying to be a hardo. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's easy to cross the line. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot. This has been on my mind quite a bit. So I've done a lot of thinking about like
you're preparing.
Yeah.
You're preparing.
I'm mentally preparing for going bald.
When it happens.
Yeah, because it's coming, whether I like it or not. All right. So you are from Philly. You're a Philly guy. Well, you're really from outside of Philly, but I consider you a Philly guy.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a Philly guy?
Yes and no. Like I'll be like to people from not from the area, yeah. But like when it gets to like people from Philly, I'm never gonna be like, I'm from Philly.
So what do you say?
I'm South Jersey.
South Jersey?
Yeah.
Are
you one of those people that doesn't believe in South Jersey as a place? Or like, are you like...
I'm a Central Jersey guy, which is another Jersey argument in and of itself.
Yeah,
like the Central Jersey exists as like a haha. Like a whole bit people argue about. I think to me, I think it's just South Jersey, just personality wise, it's either South Jersey, I think, gets split a little bit into shore people or Philly people, like in terms of vibe. I feel like either you're personality wise, you're a Philly person, or you're kind of a ritzy, like I have a big house in Avalon or some shit. Yeah. And then North Jersey people are kind of more, what's a word? Not a hardened exterior, and you're like a New Yorker kind of.
Okay.
And then I think Central Jersey people are confused. I think we have like, we're like, so I like to say in Central Jersey is where the true New Jersey people are, because we're not, we don't have an allegiance to either city.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I grew up equidistance to both. I was like a little over an hour from New York, a little over an hour from Philly, where I grew up.
Where you grew up, were there equal Giants and Eagles fans?
Yes. It was like Giants, Jets, Eagles. We get the local stations for both. It's a pain in the ass.
Wow.
Because it's a lot more rivalries and arguments. And it's nice to grow up in an area where everyone's on the same page. You know, like when you grow up where you are, it's like everyone's a Birds fan. Yeah. You don't got to worry about it. Where I grew up, everyone's arguing because everyone's a different fan. I grew up a Jets fan, so I got the worst of the three.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah. I'm Jets, Mets, Nets. So my dad really fucked me over with that one. I got all the shittiest teams ever. Like literally every single wrong. I kind of like rooting for the wrong teams though. It feels too easy to root for the Yankees and like I like rooting for the teams that never win. Even though it leads to more misery, but then I think it means more when you win it. Like when the Birds eventually won, nothing can beat that.
Yeah, nothing beats that, at all.
But I feel like also Philly people, and this is from an outsider's perspective, very much adopt like the sports teams are their personality. Like in New York, I don't think people care as much about the sports teams for some reason.
Certain sports teams, I think
the Knicks is the only one people really care about.
Really, I would say the Yankees. Or maybe I'm led astray because of the hat. Yeah. Just because of how prominent the hat is in fashion and in culture, regardless. Right. The Yankees cap, but I mean, going to the Garden does not feel like the 80s or 90s or even the early 2000s anymore. Like
nothing. It's also just too expensive. Going to the Garden. Going to the Knicks will be trashed. You'll be playing the worst team in the NBA, and you get like the last row, and it's $200.
Yeah, that's
crazy. Even Rangers games are like that too. Even if they suck, no matter what, tickets are so expensive. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking about like if you had to pick a city, you're picking Philly. Obviously, I'm trying to think who would be like the Mount Rushmore of Philly hip hop artists.
Philly hip hop artists. So mine is going to be easily Meek. That mixtape, back when you had to illegally download on LimeWire, someone did, not me. And put it into Sequence Yourself and burn it to a disc. Flamers was crazy. Freeway, just off the strength of What We Do. I think is the best hip hop song ever made.
That's a hot take. I like the take.
It's arguable for sure. I'm gonna put a Screwdriver in there. Tierra Whack.
So when I was thinking of this list before we started, she made my honorable mentions.
Yeah, really. I think it's just like she's incredibly talented. I love her spirit. She's funny. She can rap her ass off.
She's great. I've seen her live too. Very good.
Yeah, I've seen her live. That was actually the first time. So the next person I saw live for the first time, same day. I went to the Roots Picnic back when it was still at Penn's Landing or Festival Pier. And I saw Tierra Whack for the first time. I was like, holy shit, this is Lauryn Hill and Missy Elliott combined.
Yeah, she's very talented.
Fire. Later that night, I became a fan of Tierra Whack that day during that set. Later that night, we see Uzi. And I didn't get the hype until I saw him perform. It was like, this guy is like a little Prince, an even littler Prince. Like
yeah, like literally little.
Like he's so small and just and he was in red. Like he had like red leather on, and I was like, I'm looking at this generation's Prince because like in the crowd behind me is like his like following was probably younger people at that time who knew who he was. Like and like he was headlining, so it's not like he wasn't huge, but I just didn't understand the hype. And then like seeing him perform, I was like, yeah, I get it. Like this is fire. Like, and just want to say, I Just Want to Rock is probably my favorite song made this year. And it's like,
really,
and it's not even like, like there's there's hardly any structure to it. But I just think he captured, it was perfect timing. It's a sound that's going crazy in Philly and on, I guess, TikTok now. You can see people doing the dance and shit. I thought it was specifically a Philly thing, and I think he just captured gold magic.
The video is crazy.
And video's
Gibson
incredible.
Hazard. I think Gibson Hazard. I think he also did the Metro Boomin like videos in the run up to his album.
Oh yeah,
that guy is super
the
talented.
trailer.
He's crazy.
Yeah, that video was fire.
My only other people I was trying to think is like if someone's gonna get mad that you're not putting the Roots or that you're not putting
and I think
Beanie Sigel.
I think Black Thought's one of the best rappers ever.
Yes, for sure.
I don't know, just for me personally, that's probably, I think those are definitely honorable mentions. Black Thought, the Roots, Beans. I fucking rapped in front of Beans.
No, what? Actually, I thought you rapped in front of. Did you rap in front of someone else?
Raekwon.
Yes.
Yeah, and fucking Beans was there, and it was like a little competition, and I fucking was up there, and I spitting crazy, and I felt great, and then the legs just came out, and I was like, "Fuck." I forgot my bars and fucking.
Wait, so what kind of a competition was this? Like,
it was just like they sent like 4 beats, you rap, you 16 over them. It's like round by round. So like obviously I fucking blanked. I didn't make it to the next round.
That was first round?
That's first round. First round.
That's tough.
And I was like, damn, this sucks. But like I was like, whatever. I did it.
Yeah.
But that hurt because I was like, damn, in front of Beans.
Yeah.
Like, and like obviously in front of Raekwon too, because like I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan. But you know, I went and made Let Raekwon Down, that track. And then I tweeted at him. I was like, sorry, bro. And he tweeted back. Raekwon was like, it's no worries, G. Just go make me proud. And I was like, that's what's up.
That is cool.
That's fire.
Yeah, I actually never got that story from you. I remember seeing the Let Raekwon Down thing and kind of getting the background of it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, did you have to like submit yourself and get approved, like somehow get someone to let you on, or was it just anyone could have done it?
No, someone reached out to me.
That's
I think it was some agency.
How long ago was this?
This
was a while ago, right?
Probably like May.
Oh, is that recently?
Yeah, probably like May this year.
Way longer ago than that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at it like, fuck it. Like, I'm not afraid to fail anymore. As long as you try certain shit. Like, I had to try that to realize maybe I'm not this type of artist, like the rapper's rapper.
Yeah.
And
like
I feel
a backpacker.
Yeah, like I feel like you could listen to my music and be like, he's saying some shit and he could like rap, but like I don't think that's the route I'm really going.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's your lane either.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have thought that. That's interesting. But yeah, I mean, being afraid to fail is definitely what holds, or it's not even being afraid to fail. It's just like not being able to handle it when you do.
Yeah.
I think, because I think what happens with a lot of people is like, I don't think it's that people won't try. Some people won't even try because they're scared to fail. But I think there's an even larger percentage of people that will try, fail, and that just immediately discourages them. And like, that's it. Like they can't handle overcoming that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like a secret or like something where you see, you know, all these entrepreneurs talk about, I fucked up, I failed, I took L's and I kept coming back. Like that's how you weed out, you know, the people that won't make it, you know?
Yeah. I always think to myself, just because I hope this is true because it'll be good for me, is I'm always like, if you just keep doing it, like if you just like, again, like you fail, but you just keep going. Like at some point, something's got to give. I'm always like, the only time it doesn't work out for someone is because they gave up. Yeah. And like maybe for some people, it's like some people are, more talented or get lucky or have like a connection of some kind. And maybe the amount of time it takes them to get on or reach whatever goal they're trying for, it's like a year. Some people it's 3, some people it's 5, some people it's 10 or longer, but it's still like everyone will get there. Like maybe not everyone, but within reason, like you're going to get there. It's just a matter of sticking it out so you get there.
Yeah.
So it's always like I was like, if I just don't stop, it has to work out.
Yeah. Because you'll find yourself saying, plenty of times, like I don't get it. Like this artist sucks. Like he's not even saying it. She's not even saying anything. Like this is bad music. How are they here? And like I don't even have those conversations anymore because I know how they're there. Typically, most of the time they worked harder. They either worked harder, or even if because nepotism's real. Like even if they knew someone that put them on, like they had to put in the work to make that person feel comfortable enough putting them on. So it's not like you can't be you can't hold that grudge against artists like that, and you just gotta understand that you just gotta put in the work.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that when you go nepotism or like someone gets a head start or it's like, oh, your dad, blah blah blah, or oh, like people get very hung up on someone having a head start.
Yeah,
I think that. And yeah, like that doesn't really serve you any positive purpose in any way. It just distracts you and makes you angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have that problem. I'm always like angry about everything and feel like the world's attacking me. So that's always like my number one. Like I got, adding that to the list.
We're all human. We all definitely get in our bag and be like, what the fuck's happening? Is this only happening to me right now? But, it's a big world.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely think, like it's kind of like looking back on like what started this conversation was like competition or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, whatever. But in the end, like you'll probably look back on it and go and see the net positive in handling it.
I saw it in, I immediately, as soon as I left that place, I was like, because at the beat, I made that beat and I knew I was like, yo, I'm gonna just make this track. And while I'm in their like thought process, like they're still thinking of me, I'm gonna record this and send it right back, send it out, put it on SoundCloud, let them hear this. And I wasn't upset really with the outcome. I was annoyed, but like I wasn't like, fuck, like am I awful? Am I trash? Like I was just like, yeah, it didn't work out. Like let's try something else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like I think that's almost a superpower in a way for anything you're doing. Once you pass that point, because like I think I'm like that now, but I definitely wasn't like that at first. Mm-hmm. Definitely not at first. The biggest thing for me that I had the issue with at first was always feeling like everyone, like if you're not a supporter, if you're not overtly a supporter, you're a hater. Mm. That took me a while to get over. That was like a big like, which in a way though, I do like, I don't know how you feel about this, but I do like feeling like people are, I'll say doubting me. I love that.
Everyone has their different motivators. Really. Yeah. I don't know. I get motivated by doubt and hate. Well, I don't typically see hate too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when I start saying that, but then I'm like, but no one's like really hating.
No one's like actively hating.
No one actually gives a shit. Yeah.
You feel me?
That's always what like then I have that realization, like, nah, it's all in my head. But sometimes it's good. It's like the Michael Jordan in the doc.
Exactly.
He's like making shit up just to motivate him.
Personal. Right?
Yeah. Like sometimes you need that because I need a little kick in the ass to get me, moving. One other thing I thought of, kind of going back when we were talking about the sports teams thing, and you're talking about the Yankees hat. So you're never rocking Philly hats. You're always rocking hats of other cities.
I had a Eagles hat, bro. I had the craziest Eagles snapback ever, and I had a really good Philly snapback. Both lost them at college. One story is kind of crazy. The other one is not as crazy. The Eagles snapback, I was home sick. Either sick or like I just got my wisdom teeth out. I think it was my wisdom teeth freshman year. I went home, come back, and my Eagles hat has paint on it. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on here? I asked my roommate. He's like, oh, Evan wore your hat. we went to Dayglow.
Oh, that's annoying, dude. Come on, bro.
I was like, I was like, you wore my hat to Dayglow?
Dude.
He said it was green. I thought it would look cool. I said, yo.
Dude, so me and Casey got in this argument on my other show. We were arguing on Men with Mics, like, he was getting mad at me for saying I wouldn't share, like, I don't like sharing shit with other people. Where he was like, oh, so someone like needs to borrow your deodorant, you wouldn't do it? I was like, I guess I'll let you, but I don't, like, it's kind of fucked up for you to ask me to use my deodorant. And then he was saying, like, if someone needs underwear, that's what we were talking about, sharing underwear. Like if you ran out, like, so he was like, say you ran out of underwear, or say like Casey ran out of underwear, and he went to me like, dude, I'm out of underwear. Like, do you have a clean pair that I could wear? And I was like until I get my like a new pair or something. I was like, no, like, fuck that. Like, cause I don't know, like, why are you asking for my underwear? Just go commando till you get them. Yeah. Like, I would never ask someone to, like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing to think about. People are so down to share things that they're like, yeah, sharing underwear is no big deal. But like, to your point, I wouldn't want someone wearing my hat.
No.
Yeah, I don't want you wearing anything I wear.
No, not at all.
Except unless you're my girlfriend. She wears half my shit, which I have no choice in that matter.
Everyone understands that. Yeah. That's like, you know, everyone thinks they just get the hoodie. No, they're getting most of the stuff.
So that's my proof where it's like, I'm not letting people wear any of my shit. Right. They're going to fucking wear it to Dayglow and ruin it.
Exactly. Dayglow. That was like a time. I never went, but that was like touring at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah. So back to your like more recent music. I also feel like I noticed it seems a little, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, like, I don't know if it's like darker in some way, or like the tone of it is darker. I think you even talked about, you did like a lyrical breakdown for your song Sunday Worst, and you were kind of talking about like, this isn't like an uplifting sort of song.
Yeah. I want to say like I was in a hole and I was down bad, but I don't know. I think for that song in particular, I just wanted to do like the absolute value of the song that it was, you know, sort of crafted after, which was Sunday Best. And that's like surfaces like, it's like way more happy and like no curse words and like just like, you know, rainbows and shit. But with like other tracks, like I guess Rem probably seems a little dark. Riri's a bit dark. Ready Player One. I think I personally like, I just came up on that, you know, that synth Mike Dean. Like I love that sort of vibe. And
is it Mike Dean just like the synth god, basically?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have that title, I don't know who possibly could. But I think a lot of that music we were definitely in the headspace, like we want to make something that sounds like this. And moving forward, I probably will make something similar. So I think he's been a big inspiration of mine as a producer.
What do you think it takes for a song to, or like a sound, or like how do you kind of get something on? Like, you know, like you're making a bunch of songs, you're trying to figure out your sound. Like what does it take for a song to blow up, or for, you know, like to start getting momentum in the music? Just like from your perspective, like how do you foresee, like, okay, this is like, is it more like the sound is unique? Is it more like, oh, I just need a cosign? Or is it more like, oh, like the people need to connect with the lyrics, it needs to be relatable? Like what do you think about a song?
I think it depends, man. It's gotta be, I think it's all the right timing too. Like you gotta have the right timing. Like say fucking, you know, Sunday Worst, say that, you know, something comes out about the artist that made Sunday Best, and like Sunday Worst is like, they're like, well, check out this song. Like this song's pretty dark and it's kind of in tune with what happened with them. Or, you know, like I think whatever's relatable, and you know, trends are in songs too. And, you know, whether it's a certain 808 or just a phrase that feels timely, like fucking Drake's so good at that. I think like he'll say something that just feels like everyone can relate to at that time. And now that they might not even listen to whatever the fuck he said in the rest of the song. But when that plays in the club and the DJ cuts it out at that part, they all know that one part. So I think, but you can never make music with that in mind, I don't think. I think when you start trying to reach a trend or become a trend, like that's when like your listeners can tell.
People see through it.
They see through it for sure.
Yeah, it's very obvious when someone, like the example I think of, and just because you said his name, was when Drake tried to do that, which like the song still did well, but the one where it was like, I'm gonna dance like Michael Jackson, right foot up. Like that was like, I'm trying to make a TikTok song, and it like did well, but just because he's Drake, kind of like that didn't really, like, people could, all right, this guy's trying to make a TikTok dance.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't think that really, landed like he expected it to. Like he thought he could just like, I'm gonna make a TikTok dance and everyone's gonna dance. The one that did was like before TikTok was even a thing, I think, where everyone's dancing outside of the cars. Which one was that?
Do you love me?
Yeah. Like
what's the name of that song? Why am I blanking?
Leave from beside me, 'cause I want you.
Damn, I can't remember that. That was like a hit. That was an absolute hit.
But that, like, he wasn't trying to do that. No. That just caught on. Like, I think it just has to come naturally. Yeah. You can't like tell people what the dance has to be or something like that. So you kind of just touched on that, and you and I have talked about, like, you got stuff coming out soon. You're trying to plan what you're going to release, singles, maybe album, whatever. What's like your strategy for timing? You're just saying how important timing is. Like, how do you know when the right time is to drop this? Or I'm sure you have, X amount of dozens of finished songs. Yeah. How do you know which one is the one to focus on, when it should come out, what gets a video, what doesn't?
Yeah. I think, when you listen to a song, when I listen to my songs or any song really, I can like sort of envision what kind of video I would want to make. Certain songs come easier, and I think that's when you know that this song needs visuals, something that sounds like, I feel like we said before, like, crafting our music after, or being influenced by Mike Dean rather, we have that cinematic sound. So like a couple of our songs will be like, this is something that needs visuals.
When you're saying our, who are you talking about?
So I work with Taiki, and I feel like we work so closely with each other that I just say we, like, for like.
And is he producer and engineer?
Producer, engineer. Even when I like make a beat, I'll have him clean it up, but really cleaning it up is him like completely remaking it.
Just a new beat.
Yeah. So like, I owe a lot to my guy, Taiki, @still_Ty. That's my guy.
Like the plug. You guys did a collab EP with him and Endo and Sunny Sword too.
Yeah, we shot a short film.
He did a whole like short film. Yes. What was like the mindset behind that?
Yeah, just what I'm saying. Like, first of all, to be honest, like we recorded this at his house like 2 houses ago. Like, this was recorded like early on, probably like 2017, 2018.
2017, like, 2018?
Yeah, I want it.
No way.
Maybe 2019. I'll give it 2019. Probably 2019. But like, it's been a lot in the work, because we were trying to we had the idea after we recorded it all.
The idea, you're saying, the movie, the film.
We wanted to do video, 3 videos and then a short film, and basically craft our own little Marvel miniverse, So that just came about after we were listening to it. We were like, holy shit, like this shit sounds like a movie to us.
Yeah. For people who haven't seen it too, you should go watch it. It's on Ty Key's YouTube, I think, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, you guys are basically like getting high in the park or something like that. Yeah. And you each kind of venture into your own like headspace kind of, and then each person's is their own, has a unique video to their own song.
Yeah. We have our own respective trips, and we show. I think I have like the bad trip. Endo has like a good trip, and Sunny has a good trip. And
see, you're always you're dark, as I'm saying. You're making dark shit.
Maybe I'm sad as shit.
Yeah. Maybe I am depressed. I do need to go to a therapist.
They just show me my music. Like, wow, like I'm sad.
I never realized. Thanks for pointing it out to me. This is actually an intervention, and it's a therapy session. Yeah. This isn't. It's not even recording the camera.
My family's here.
Guys can come in now. That's funny. Yeah, like I just think it's hard to know when the right time is to drop something. Like you just kind of know. It's weird to not be able to explain it, but
yeah, sometimes the stars align, and sometimes, you got to find that middle ground of like, all right, let me wait because I think it'll have great impact here, and let's just put it out and push it as we go.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at this point in our careers, we have the luxury of dropping whenever and just building a catalog and promoting as we go.
All right, so we're getting towards the end, but I want to end with my favorite.
Yeah.
You know what song it
The
is.
hit.
Yes. What do we need to do to make this your hit song? Dane has a song, Nueva. It is, I will say, in my top 5 favorite songs ever created by any human in history. I listen to it
That's love.
all the time. I listen to it on the way here to get me excited to do this.
Yeah.
I fucking love that song. If you are doing this, if you're listening to this right now or watching this on YouTube, stop, hit pause, listen to Nueva. It will make you feel brand new.
It will.
As the song tells
For
you.
sure.
Yes.
I love Nueva. It's got a great vibe.
He loves Nueva, but he'll never perform it for me when I see him live. I've seen him 2 or 3 times. I've never seen it live once. I'll cry. I'm not kidding. I might cry when you do it.
I got it. Well, we're going to make that happen for sure.
You need to make it happen for me once. Like I need to have a special request because I will actually tear up.
Yeah, I got you. You know what's funny is TikTok really got big, I want to say, like probably early 2020.
Yeah, that's when the song came out.
And then obviously like COVID happened, so everyone's home. And fucking, I feel like it was perfect for that.
Yeah.
But I was just not on board with TikTok at the time. I was like, what? Like I don't.
It still can.
Ironically, to me, I loved Vine. I thought Vine was the best, and I loved going on there, just watching stupid 7-second videos and laughing and scrolling. And that's what TikTok is really. But like, I don't know why I was so against it, but I think Nueva is perfect for.
We need to come up with a strategy.
Yeah, we do. We need a brand new dance. I think we made a dance. I did make a dance. I have to find that video.
But see, we're saying you can't force the dance. You can't tell people what the dance is.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get it just going through TikTok, and someone's got to make a dance for it.
Yeah, we got to find what's the best part? What's the most engageable part of that song?
Yes. I like, my favorite part's the end, but I don't think that's the best if I'm going to make a TikTok video out of it. That's not the part I'm going to use. It's like the "you make me feel right," like one of those parts. Maybe right when it drops.
Right into the brand new bag.
Yeah.
If we just get fashion Twitter to
Yes. Dude.
Yo.
I'm telling you. Because I am telling you, dude, and I know you don't think it. I know you think I'm just overhyping it. That's the one. I know it is.
It is the one.
I know.
It is the one for sure.
And that's a positive song.
Yeah, it is.
Very positive song.
It is very positive. That's low key like the big bang of like me getting back into music and like really focusing on like releasing shit and being gung-ho on, doing this as a career. Like my boy Amos heard Nueva and was like, yo, what are we doing here? Was like, let's drop. Like, this is great. Let's go. And that really lit a fire under my eyes. And I was like, okay, like, fuck it. Let's do this thing and try it, figure it out.
Yeah, I actually think, because for people who don't know, my first ever podcast, I had Dane on as well. We talked about he spilled Miller Lite while we were doing it. I actually don't even remember that.
I was nervous. I spilled a Miller.
But that was like I think you only might have had one song out on streaming at the time.
Yeah, I think was Nueva out? Yeah, Nueva was out by then.
No.
It wasn't?
We did it. It was 2019 when we did that, at least, I think.
It was, and Amore was out.
Yeah, it was only that song, I think. Was the only song you had out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I'm an OG.
Yeah, you OG.
I am an OG.
From the ground up. Day ones only.
Yeah, that's facts. All right. So what should people be looking out for from you?
Releasing more music. Probably a single coming, maybe another Wave series. Until then, keep running that great mixtape. You know that.
Yes.
It's a good one.
I'll put all links. Links are all in the description of this for you to run up his music.
Yeah, great is great.
Great is great.
Yeah, just like Dane.
Just like Dane. First.
Yeah.
All right.
One.
That's it. Thank you for doing this. Appreciate you.
Thank you, brother.
And we'll work on Nueva being your hit song.
It's going to be
And I'll tell you I told you so.
2023 is Nueva's year.